I am excited to share these tips with you guys because I feel like there are a lot of people that are, they're really negative about social media, and they're frustrated with the algorithm, and they're frustrated with their organic reach, and I think it's changing the way they show up. And I just think that you actually can still tap into social media for free and grow your business. So let's dive into these tips that I have for you. So social media it's your gateway to your business, to a 6-figure business, to a 7-figure business. And you absolutely do not have to spend a ton of money on ads. And I fully believe that organic growth and traffic is still a thing. It might feel like it's on its deathbed, but it's not dead yet. And so you should not be dismissing it. Don't give up on your audience. So I don't care if you're like only getting 3% or maybe even just 1% reach. Those are still actual people that you're reaching. They're actual people that are seeing you. And that's your chance to show up as an authority and to serve those people and to share with them and to make offers to them. And social media will still bring you free traffic. So if you don't want to spend money on ads now, but then at some point you decide to, those ads will perform better if you've been consistent on social media, if you've been showing up and creating that warm, engaging audience. When you do decide to spend money on ads, they're going to perform a lot better. So the first tip I have for you is to just show up. Even when it's crickets, even when you don't feel like it's working, not showing up for the people who do follow you is like hosting a party and inviting like 100 people and 10 people show up and you're like, sorry, don't want to have a party anymore, go home. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't even do that if one person showed up. You would still talk to them. You would still throw the party. You would still enjoy a glass of wine with your friend. So I don't think we should treat our social media any different. I think you should show up whether there's one person who's going to see your post, 10 people, 100, 1,000, a million. You should still show up the same. Okay, my second tip is you need to optimize your profiles. Okay, every profile, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, those should be optimized because whether you're posting or not, people are going to see your profile. If they want to check out who you are, that's where they're going to look, and that is free advertising. So your profile should explain exactly what you do. You should have a link to your website where they'll have an opportunity to opt in. This is the first thing that a lot of people see when they find you. And so it should tell them right away that you are the answer that they've been looking for. It should talk directly to your ideal client. It should tell them exactly how you are going to transform their life. And then it should have some sort of call to action or link to your website or to your latest offer. So if you are in the middle of running a launch, you should be saying, sign up for my challenge, sign up for my webinar, sign up for my workshop, whatever it is. And that free advertising space should change depending on what you have going on in your business. If you don't have anything exciting going on that you want to advertise, then your profile should at least explain exactly what you do and should have a link to your website. I prefer on Instagram, I created my own link page, okay? I don't use like Linktree or any of those things because I want the traffic coming to my site. Okay, that's going to help with SEO. It's going to help with my Facebook ads. It's going to pixel people when they land on my site. So instead of using Linktree or one of those services, create your own link page where when people come to your Instagram and they want to come see what you've been talking about on your most recent posts, go ahead and put it on your own page. But my biggest point here is your profile is free advertisement and you should have that optimized. It should be crystal clear and there should be some way for people to either shop from you or learn from you or opt into your email list. Number 3 is you need to know who you're talking to. So social media might be the gateway to everything else that you offer, but you don't want to fill that with the wrong people. Okay, if you're just out there to try and get followers, you're going to end up with a ton of people visiting your site that don't want what you have to offer, or maybe you're putting out some freebie that everybody wants, but then not everybody is your ideal customer, so you're just wasting time and money on people who don't want you. So you've got to be crystal clear on who you're talking to. Who is that person? What does he or she like to do? How many kids do they have, or do they not have kids? Are they in school? Are they working? Are they working from home? Do they own their own business? Talk to that person so that you are actually filling your social media funnel, your email funnel. You're filling it with the right people. Okay, I built my business with not a lot of followers, and I promise you, having a ton of followers is not going to pay your bills. You need to have the right followers. Tip number 4, give your followers a call to action. Ask them to opt in. Encourage them to become part of your tribe. They don't know what they don't know. Okay, I have the most exciting story. One of my Purpose Babe Society members, okay, this is so cool because she actually had just gone through my program. She just realized that there was actually more she could do with her business, and she decided she wanted to launch a membership. And through social media, okay, no sales page, no big launch, through Instagram DMs, she was able to get her first members. She launched her membership site. She has her founding members, and now she's created a recurring revenue stream all through social media. Okay, now had she not shared on social media that she wanted to offer this membership, how would people have known? So you have to give people an opportunity to opt into something, okay? There should be some sort of call to action on your posts, even if it's just asking people to leave a comment or asking people to join your free community or asking people to sign up for your email address. There should be some sort of call to action. You need to be asking your followers to do something. Tip number 5 is you need to share engaging content. Okay, so not every post should be a pitch. Like I was just saying before, a call to action does not mean you're asking them to buy. You're just asking them to do something, to like the post, to share the post, to tag someone, to answer with whatever your question is. But you need to be sharing engaging content because that's where the algorithm is going to say, hey, like this person is sharing things that people want to see. So on Instagram, ask a question about something that everyone has an answer for, like what's their favorite vacation spot or what's their favorite food. Okay, you don't have to constantly be shoving your offers in people's faces. And that's why it's so important to know like what categories, what are the things you're going to talk about, and have like 5 to 10 categories that you are known to talk about. And then when you're on Facebook, share videos or share GIFs or something that's going to get people to click that like or the heart or the laughing face, something that's going to get them to engage with your post. And the more engaging content that you put out there, the more Facebook or Instagram is going to realize that you are a good account, you are someone that people want to see and is going to put you in front of more people. Okay, my sixth tip is to schedule it. Okay, you don't want to be sitting on your phone all day long trying to get followers, trying to get people to engage. So, if you know what you're going to say and when, and then you sit down once a week or once a month if you are like really on top of the game and schedule out your content. And this does not mean you can't just post on a whim. You can definitely post intuitively when you're feeling inspired. But if you have a game plan and you have posts like stocked up and ready to go, or if you have evergreen posts scheduled to keep showing up on autopilot, it's going to take away so much of that burden, and it's going to give you more time to actually engage with the people who are engaging with you. You should be spending more time answering DMs and answering comments and really creating that experience with your followers that's going to make them fall in love with you, make them a raving fan, and make them a customer for life. I'm all about having a simple business, a business where I feel like I am still pursuing my purpose, I'm serving my community, I'm doing the things I love, but I still get to have a life outside of my business. I still get to do the things I want to do. So there is no reason that you should be pouring everything into your social media. Yes, you still need to show up and you need to do these things, but if you have it scheduled, if you have a process for it and a system and you have it scheduled, it's going to alleviate a ton of that burden. And especially if you can hire a VA or a social media specialist to take some of this off your plate, I just think that there's so many people who are dismissing the fact that there is still organic reach. There is still organic traffic. You can still grow a business from scratch using social media. Yes, you need to get people on your email list. Yes, you need to get traffic to your website. You need to get them into your shop. Whatever it is you're trying to sell, whatever your long-term goal is for your customer, it's going to start most of the time with social media. That's where they're going to find you. That's where they're going to fall in love with you. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that social media is just one piece. Yes, you still need to be strategic about everything that happens after you get that follower. But I want you to remember that it's not about the number and that you should not give up on the people who are following you and engaging with you just because you look at your insights and you see that your reach is not as big as you want it to be. There's no reason to give up. Don't give up on your followers that you have because you never know which of those are going to be a lifetime customer and which of those are going to actually be such a raving fan that they're going to bring all their friends to you as well. I have 2 tools that I use actually for scheduling, and I'm going to put those in the show notes because both of them I have like a free trial for and a coupon for. So the 2 things I use to plan out my social media content. Now, please remember, I am not talking about Pinterest. I'll do another episode on how I optimize my Pinterest. Pinterest is not a social platform. Pinterest is a search engine. So yes, you absolutely need to have a Pinterest strategy, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm strictly talking here about Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I personally do not put any focus on Twitter, but I know plenty of people who do. So the scheduling tools I use are for my Instagram. I use an app called Plan. It's PLANN. And I use actually their desktop app. So you can find that at planthat.com, or you can look in my show notes. I've got a link for you guys where you will get $10 off. There is a free version. So the free version is amazing, but if you are using it for business and you want to have more options, I definitely recommend the paid version. I can upload tons of photos into the desktop app, and that way I can have so much at my fingertips when I'm sitting down. I'm going to plan out my social media. I have everything right there in the app. I don't have to be trying to upload photos all the time. It's all there. And that's in the paid version, but they do have a free version. Highly, highly recommend it. You can schedule your stories. You can have your hashtags in there. They're like all of your insights are in there. So it's perfect for someone who is really going to get serious about their Instagram and their marketing through Instagram and how they want to grow that platform. So I highly recommend that for Instagram. And then for Facebook and LinkedIn and for Twitter, when I use it, I use an app called SmarterQ. This is also a desktop app. Plan is on your phone as well, but I like the desktop version for getting everything organized and then using the phone portion when I'm ready to actually push the post through. Okay, sorry. So SmarterQ, this is what I use for Facebook specifically because you can have your content recycled. So you don't want to put a ton of effort into writing this amazing blog post and share it and promote it the week it comes out and then forget about it. You want that post to be recycled. You want to repurpose that content and put it in front of your audience several times. And so what you can do with SmarterQ is, there's a million options, so I'm not going to go into it right now. But one of the things you can do is you can upload, you can organize it by category and you could have all your blog posts in there and you can just set them to rotate and you can schedule it whenever you want. You can have certain categories post on certain days. So it's absolutely amazing for evergreen content. You can schedule posts to groups and you can evergreen that if you want. You can find free pictures and GIFs and all that kind of stuff. It's all there in the app. So I highly recommend SmarterQ and Plan. I will link those in the show notes. And if you go to CorieClark.com/podcast, you will see all my most recent episodes. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure you guys check out the show notes. Join my free community at CorieClark.com/community. And be sure to head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review the show. I will see you next week on The Purpose Babe Show.